got kind of a group. We're the group, and then around us we got kind of a bigger group, you know, watching us play the hack and sack, like not involved but spectators.
Yeah.
And this kid, I had given the same, like, I made it perfectly clear what I didn't like you, because what I do is anytime I saw you near me, I just turn square up to you and just start staring at your eyes. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
If you even happen to look at me, you're gonna know I'm just staring at you. Like,
yeah.
You know what's up?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I turned. I see him come walking down the stairs from school, and I'm like, all right, middle of the hacky sack game. I just turn my back away to the hacky sack game. Don't even give a fuck about that game no more, and I'm just staring at him. And he's walking with like 2 friends, and he's not even looking at me. Like, I'm waiting for this motherfucker to look at me so he can see the rage in my eyes. You know what I mean? I'm just staring at him. And he's coming near me, but he still hasn't looked at me. You know what I mean? So I'm still waiting.
Is he like looking down or something, or like?
Well, he's like he's like on the. It's like me, him, friend, and he's looking away from me towards his 2 friends.
Okay.
Talking with him. You know what I mean? He walks right up past me, like, you know, a foot away from me. Out of nowhere. It was so, like, I didn't even see it coming. I've been staring at him for fucking, like, 50 seconds as he's walking, and I didn't see this shit coming. He walks right up to me, just turns, spits, and keeps on walking. Spits right in my grill. And I'm like, it stunned me. It was like a fucking, I just wasn't ready for it. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't to be expected. I was like, whoa, did that just happen? Like, my brain's still trying to comprehend what the fuck just happened.
Yeah.
So I stop, and I'm so stunned that I don't do anything. I don't even respond. I'm just like, is this real life? Did that just happen? And I turn back, and everybody in the group, in the hacky sack game, all of them had seen what happened, and their jaws are just on the ground. Like, did he really just spit in Brad's face? And as soon as I saw that, I knew you can't let this go, Brad.
No, you can't. You gotta do something.
If you let this go, they all lose respect for you. Every single person that witnessed this loses all respect for you. So I'm like, I kind of sigh, and I'm like, fuck. And I just take off running after him. I mean, I'm sprinting. This kid had gotten like half a football field away from me. That's how stunned I was. Like, I'm like, before I even turn back, I like wipe it off my nose. I'm looking at my hand, like, yep, that's spit. He really just spit in my face. Like, this is a thing. This happened. And I was gonna let it go. Like, it was so stunning that I was just like, wow, good move, bro. Like, didn't see it coming, you know? And then I turned, and everybody was jaws dropping. I was like,
well,
damn.
Now I gotta do something.
Well, fuck. Yeah, so I just turned, and I started sprinting towards dude. I'm sprinting. I'm running. I don't know how he doesn't hear me behind him. I'm just running full fucking sprint on him behind, but he doesn't turn. He doesn't look back. He turns, spits, and doesn't look back, dude. He just keeps walking, and I'm like, okay. I get right up behind him, dude. I jump about 3 feet away, wrap my arms, legs around him, and we hit the ground together.
Oh, man. Like full-on police. Like a tackle, like,
Yeah, but not a good idea, because if you do that on concrete, my elbows and knees took the entire force of both our body weights.
Yeah.
Like, not a great idea. It seemed like a good idea at the time. Wasn't a great idea.
Yeah.
But anyway, we hit the dirt. Like, I hit him, we hit the fucking cement. I took his fucking head in my hand. I bounced it off the concrete once. I bounced it off the concrete twice. As I was gonna bounce it the 3rd time, I go flying off of him. I mean, I've never felt this much power be used on me from my dad, from anybody. A lady hall monitor, this old, like, 50-year-old lady, had seen him spit at me, she said, after the fact, you know, after she had already gotten me off him. He's crying. He's got, like, pebbles stuck to his forehead. You know, like little cement pebbles stuck in his fucking skin, like kind of little blood's coming out of it, and I'm just like huffing and puffing, like, I want to destroy this kid's stuff. Yeah. But I stopped because she kind of scared me. Like, I couldn't believe how far she threw me. She grabbed me by the wrist as I was bouncing his head off the cement, and she threw me. She just chucked me away. I was like, holy fuck, that bitch is strong. Anyway, she gets me by the wrist, gets him by the wrist, and we're walking to the principal's office, and I am just huffing and puffing, and he's like holding back the fucking crying tears. He's like, you know, one of those fucking moves, like, and I'm just like,
you're just like, you're like trying to cope with yourself, like, oh, I gotta keep it going.
I I wanted to destroy the kid, like,
Yeah.
not because he spit on me, but because just to regain respect.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta
know
keep
what I
your,
mean?
you gotta keep
just
your
go.
reputation.
Like, you gotta unleash the beast at that point. Either you unleash the beast, or you're a bitch in all their eyes. And I was no bitch, so I just unleashed the beast on this fucking kid. But anyway, my elbows and knees are bloodier than his forehead. Like, my elbows and knees hurt for weeks. Like, I took all the fucking impact of that tackle. Like, I thought it was a good idea. We'll come in, I'm like a spider monkey. Yeah, do that shit on grass, not cement. Like, it fucking hurt. But anyway, that's kind of why I banged his head too, is because after I tackled him, I realized I had just injured myself more than I had.
Yeah,
injured him,
and you
so
need to do something.
Dunk. Yeah,
Yeah.
I started just banging his head off the fucking concrete, like straight up. I grabbed all his hair, like he had
And you
kind
just
of longer hair.
started shaking him. Yeah, I've done that
He just
before.
started banging.
Yeah, I've done that to my
His
brother
fucking head
before.
off the ground.
I did that to my
I
brother
had back
before.
mount. I landed in back mount. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, like I wrapped my arms and legs around his back. We hit the ground. He hit his chest on the ground.
So
but my
you
knees and elbows
okay?
took
So
most
he
of
was
the
like
impact,
face.
and
Yeah, he was like
he was
face down.
and I was on his back, had back mount, and I just grabbed him by the back of the head and started banging the front of his head off the fucking ground. I unleashed the beast. I feel kind of bad that I did that, but whatever. I shouldn't have spit on me. He shouldn't have spit on me in public. If he'd have done it in private, it'd have been a different story, you know. But in public,
Yeah.
I can't have that happen. Like, I just can't allow that.
Tell the story about how you beat the crap out of Johnny.
I can like okay.
Do it.
So
Do it.
I in 7th grade, and like up until like 8th grade, I really had like no friends. Like no one like wanted to just hang out with me and stuff. So like I finally like got this one kid to like be my locker partner, and I thought he was pretty cool. And his name's Johnny. We'll just call him Johnny, I guess. And so it's like I don't know, it's April, so it's like we're almost through the year. Like we're almost done. We don't have to see each other for the whole summer. And this dude like just starts being a grade A douchebag to me. Just like stacking the locker on me, starts just like kicking the back of my seat, pulling on my hood for no reason. Just because
Okay,
it was
so he
it
was
was
the dick first.
because
He was the
yeah.
first punch.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
because it was cool to not be my friend. It was cool to like pick on me, is what it was.
Yep.
I was that
Got
kid.
that.
So so like we're in the middle of science class, 7th grade year, and teachers, well, it's beginning. Teachers like, okay, I don't really feel like doing anything. We're gonna watch a Mythbusters episode. So we're like, yeah, Mythbusters, it's awesome. We love watching Mythbusters. So we're going, and the whole time, like him and like 3 other guys are like just like picking on me, like they're hitting the back of my seat. They're like pulling on my hood, so like I can't breathe half the time during this movie, and I'm 100 pounds. Like I can't do anything. Like I'm scrawny. I have no power. I've admitted my defeat already, and so finally something, I don't know
When you need
what.
the element of surprise.
Yeah, something just told me stand up and do it. So I just full on balls to the wall, lose my vision, turn around, hit this kid like 5 or 6 times in his seat. Like the dude hasn't even moved yet.
You're Bruce Lee in him, just bam, bam,
Yeah,
bam,
like
bam,
he's just like
going on.
sitting back with his hands like back, and his head is like bouncing up and down off my fist.
He's just so it's the element of surprise. He's like so stunned by what's happening that he just can't react. He's just
Yeah,
like, oh,
and like
fuck,
I get like a
what's going
good
on?
I get like a good 6 or 7 punches on this kid, right? And he is beat up. Like he's got black eyes. He's got like his nose is like all messed up, and
he's just in straight defense panic mode at that point.
And we're 7th grade, and I'm a puss still. So like as soon as
But
it's
you
done, I like
You're kind of surprised how much you had done to him. You're like, wow,
well, I'm surprised that I actually did it, and I'm happy that I did it, but I knew what was gonna happen when I did it. So as soon as it's over, I walk out into the hall and I wait. And as I'm waiting, I like I start crying.
You didn't get in trouble?
Oh, I
Nobody
did.
saw
I
it?
did. I started waiting for the teacher to come out. So he brings the other kid out, and I'm like crying, cause like I'm a little baby, right? And I know what's
You
gonna
didn't
happen.
have to do that.
And I know,
It's a
and
situation.
I know it's gonna happen. And like so, when someone gets in a fight, we go to this thing called day reporting, which is you go to the prison for like, it's called the basement of the prison, and you go there for like 3 or 4 days depending on what you did. And like
Suspension,
instead of
pretty
school, well it's basically suspension, but instead of school you go there, you fill out packets of why you did it, and it's supposed to be like a big like I don't know, like a psychological thing to like
And
help
then
you
have
get
to
over
do
it.
the homework and shit you missed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was one of those strict things. And so he gets us on the hall, and he's like, what's going on? And I'm just like, I've had it. I'm tired. All he does is pick on me. All he does is pick on this other kid. And this other kid's name is Sean, and I was tired that they picked on him too. And
Push the beast too much.
I was just like, I couldn't take it anymore, and I didn't know what to do. And he was like, all right, that's fine. Just go to the office, talk to our vice principal. And I was like, yeah. So I was like, fine, I'll go down there, and it's just like, okay, hold on, let me get my bearings. I just did a team fight. Okay, so I go down there, and I'm like still crying, like I'm crying this whole day, and like he makes me sit in the office the rest of the day, and it's like
just stress. It's just
yeah,
the
it's
stress and
yeah,
anxiety of the stress. Yeah.
yeah.
It's not that you're sad or you're like
No.
hurt or anything. It's just I know that feeling. I know
Yeah.
that feeling. It's
So
anxiety. Yeah.
it's so I sit in there the rest of the day. I take the bus home, but he's on my bus ride home, and my sister is 2 years ahead of me. And she was like looking at him every now and then to see like what I had done, and like she said like he had both of his eyes were like black, and he was like messed up. Like this dude was like not gonna look normal for like a couple weeks. I was like, okay, well, I mean that's good at least. So like out of pure me being scared and didn't know what to do, I just straight up just like beat the crap out of this kid. And then we started being friends again, like later that next year, we'd started being friends.
Yeah.
And then just
Well,
like until 2 years ago, he started being a douche again, so I just cut him out of my life.
It's the respect, dude. Like
Yeah.
most people I got into, me and that kid, I banged his head off the cement. We became good friends. I went over to his house to play video games after that. Like, we became good friends. It's just the respect. It's like, you know, when you push somebody that far and they finally like snap, and you're like, all right, you know, like he's not a bitch. You know, it's even to the person that fucking made you do it. Like they realize you're not a bitch. Like you're not gonna just take everything they throw at you.
What was funny about that was like this was like multiple years, like 4 years later, I found out that I had hit the kid sitting next to him too. Like I had been hitting 2 people, and I had no idea. I was still like rage faced, so I saw red. I was Guido back during like pre-beta. I saw pure red.
Elementary school. That happened to me in elementary school. I accidentally hit the wrong kid. It makes you feel bad when you realize you would like.
Yeah, I was like, and I like this kid. Like this kid, he was just friends with him. He wasn't a douche. He was just a normal guy. Like he was just friends with him, and like.
Yeah.
I was
in the wrong place.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm sorry, like I really didn't mean to. I didn't like, I wasn't aiming for you.
He was still upset about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then that next year, I've only been in 2 fights. The second one doesn't even count. And then the second time, this kid,
Did they punch back?
No, I didn't let him.
It's not a fight unless they punch.
Okay, well, it's not a fight, I guess. I haven't been in any fights then.
It's an ass whooping.
Yeah. Okay. The second one, it was only 1 punch. Okay, like there was like this Rockstar we had Rockstar Day for like Spirit Week, I guess. And I woke up super early and I put all this paint on my face to look like Gene Simmons from Kiss. And I was just like, yeah, let's do this. It's gonna be a good day. As soon as I get there, this kid, we standing around our lockers before school starts. We're hanging out, and
fucks your paint up.
And he starts scratching my face, like right on my cheek. He's scratching it, like, and I like hit his hand back. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, it's messed up. I'm gonna fix it. I'm like, no, you're not. It's not messed up. Nothing's happening. Yeah, I was like, get away from me. And he does it again, and I just hit his hand out, and I just full on clenched my fist and wham, hit this dude in the lip. And this dude bled for like half the day. Like his lip would not stop, and his lip was super swollen. Like I put the line down. Yeah. Him and I are super good friends now, but not cause that. We're just friends cause we're cool.
It has something to do with that, I guarantee it.
Well, probably.
There.
Yeah.
Dude, like we both got suspended. That was the funny part. The 50-year-old bitch who like had like superhuman strength, and she threw me. she lifted me like I weighed 2 pounds. It was an amazing feeling. I had never felt that before. I was like, whoa! She like chucked me. I was like, wow, okay, great, good move.
Yeah.
We're walking, and I'm huffing and puffing, and he's like holding back the tears. And when we get to the principal's office, the dude was like, Brad, like she told me everything that happened. Like she watched the entire thing from spit to finish. And I wasn't gonna suspend you. I was only gonna suspend him. But you're so mad. Like, why are you so mad still? Like, I'm even in the principal's office. I'm still huffing and puffing. Like, I cannot calm down. I'm like,
Yeah.
like raging.
You gotta,
bull,
you
and
gotta,
he's
you gotta like
"Dude,
teach. It's like half of that has to be like, I gotta teach this kid. Like I'm not messing. Like I'm not done yet. Like I still want to do this.
Yeah, and he was like, dude, if you wouldn't have been so mad when you walked in here, I wouldn't have suspended you. But damn, you're a crazy little bastard. Like, you gotta go with him. And we were sitting there, and like, we didn't like the first couple days. It was us and like another kid in the in-school suspension. And then like by day 3, we were like doing homework together, and like it was like over. You know what I mean? But yeah,
Yeah.
I got suspended for that. That was the only time I ever got suspended. I was so mad. Like, that was one of
I
the
only
few
got
times.
suspended for the first one because no one caught me the second time except for the kids that were standing around.
That was the second time I had pounded some kid's head off the ground. I did it.
I've been in
Cub Scouts.
multiple fights with my brother though. Not a lot of them. Only one of them has involved like fists. Cause like I'm scared to
Yeah.
hurt him. Like he's still my brother, and I don't want to like hit him. But I like push him to the
Yeah.
ground. And I
You
like
got-
hold
you
him
gotta live
there.
with this dude.
Yeah,
like-
and I'll hold him there. Only one
Yeah.
time did I ever punch him. I punched him straight in the back of the head, and his head bounced off the floor. And this is like a wooden floor. It bounced
And
off.
You feel a little bad.
Well, I split my knuckle. One of my knuckles cracked in half. For like the whole summer, my hand was super swollen. I couldn't do anything with it.
The funny thing is, Logan was beating living crap at everybody. I was literally sitting right next to him. I was sitting right next to him, and all of a sudden he gets up and he just starts wailing on him, and I was like, "What the freak?"
Oh, you were the kid that's yelling "World Star" in the
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
World Star.
that's what he is.
That's Jace's role. Like,